got 3 amazing recipes out of my new cookbook. Plant-based food for absolutely everybody. You've got to get my cookbook and you've got to dive into it because this recipe is got so much substance and food culture to it. Every recipe in my cookbook has a story and where I learnt this and who taught it to me, and this just brings me to my knees every time I make it and eat it. And we have it most days, don't we, guys?
Absolutely.
Like, we have it most days, and the hotter you go, the hotter you go. It's up to you. So really, really interesting and really simple ingredients. You're going to absolutely adore this, and I encourage you to make it to the fiery heat of the consistency that you want. It's a condiment. It's not something you eat on its own. It really is something that you have with rice and veggies, and it's what's really unique about this incredible dish, and I will show you this as I make it, is it's using the seasoning in your hands, which is super cool. So you're going to need lemongrass, and you're going to peel back the actual kind of fibrous parts of the lemongrass so you get to nice soft bits, and you want to cut that really thinly, as thin as you can.
The whole thing, yeah?
Well, actually, I'm not going to use the whole thing because it gets too fibrous up here, so I'm going to stop right there and leave that for another time. It's cool, right? So I've got some lemongrass, kaffir lime leaves. I've had these in the freezer, which is super cool, and you can put yours in the freezer too. I'm just going to take out the stem, just like that.
How long can you put the kaffir lime leaves?
Oh, they've been in there in a plastic bag for a long time. So yeah, so if you buy some, when you make this dish, and I really hope you do, and the full recipe is in my cookbook, you'll buy the kaffir lime leaves in a container. And what I do is I take them out of the container and put them in a Ziploc bag, and they're in there. And look at them, they're fine. That came out of the freezer, and they've probably been there for 4 months, 3 months, like a long time. I rolled that leaf up. Have a look at this. So just rolling it up nice and tight with my little leaf with my big fingers. And as thin as possible, okay? And just slowly, if you're not confident with a knife, just run your knife through and then run your knife through again, just by doing this. Okay, so that's the second ingredient. Now we're going to have some shallots. And shallots are just beautiful. And these are really, really tiny little ones. And if you can't get shallots, you can use 1/4 of an onion. And if you can get shallots, and they're much bigger than this, just use 1 or 1.5. Because I know in some countries they're about this big. Thinly as possible. So, chili. Now, have a look in here. Check out all these chilies. Which ones? We're going hot, aren't we? We like it hot, don't we?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, so I don't want these long kind of capsicum-y chilies that don't have much heat. These are fiery as anything. So I'm going to go with these ones, and I think 1. 1. Slice them up. You're probably thinking to yourself, what the hell do I serve this glory with? Well, you know, you're gonna need a little bit of salt, just a little, and a little bit of pepper, just tiny bit of salt, but more so the pepper than anything. And it goes straight into the bowl with that slice of lime. Have a look down in here, and this is where the stories come out in the cookbook, because I've been writing about how I learnt this. So coconut oil, and then you're going to get your fingers and you're going to squish, and then you're going to get the lime and squeeze the lime into it, and then just do this. Do not rub your eyes or your private parts, for God's sake. True, right?
That's very true.
Enough chili?
We can do more chilies.
Oh, we can do more chilies, right? And this is the gift right now. Oh,
Coconut.
oh, just fragrant. And it's always done with the hands, right? And this is how we eat sambal matcha, which is super, super cool. Super. We take a little bit of it and we put it on the edge of our meal and we eat it, seriously, with our hands. We take some rice, we put some sambal there, we take some greens, and we scoop it up. And then this is the shovel, the thumb. I know, then it goes like this. Our hands don't touch our mouth. True, right? Everybody loves a pickle. I do. I love them on burgers, on wraps, on a Buddha bowl, on salads. This recipe is in my new cookbook. It's incredible plant-based meals and dishes and condiments and bits and pieces and smoothies and hot drinks and cold drinks and all the things that you can love at home, and amazing stories to go with each recipe, and incredible photography, and just a beautiful way to sit down to a book and just have a look of what is totally possible that serves your ultimate health. And this is one of them. So easy as anything. You're going to need apple cider vinegar, coconut sugar, some amazing dill, and just chopped up. I like to just run my knife through it like this, straight into there, and then some slices of cucumber. Try and keep them all the same size. Okay, and then look at this amazing mess situation. This is the thing with cooking. You just got to let go, right? And I've got a beautiful little red shallot, just into ringlets like this, and this is going to go into here. And this is a quick pickle, and the whole point of this is you can eat it straight away, or you can put it into the fridge and have them later.
How long can you keep it in the fridge?
Look, you know, you can keep it in the fridge as long as you don't keep putting your hands in it and putting the same spoon in it, okay? Because what happens, salt and pepper, absolutely. If I keep putting my hands in it all the time, it's going to go off. So just be mindful of that. Give it a really good stir. Dissolve that sugar in that beautiful apple cider vinegar. Okay, straight into a jar. And I've got this little situation that my girlfriend Mel bought me. And you're going to tip them in there, just like this. And then you're going to push them down. Now notice how I'm not using my hands, Dee?
Yep.
Yeah, because bacteria breeds with these, and you want it to completely cover. See how the liquid is covering everything? And there we go. This is a beautiful condiment on any burger, barbecue, on the table at night. Just sit it there. You know, it is incredible on wraps, Buddha bowls. I put it on a dip platter when you're having tapas. This is one of the many recipes in this incredible book, and there's so many stories attached to it. This is normally made with white sugar and white vinegar, which doesn't serve your health ultimately. So we've done it this way, and it's going to go in the fridge. And I'm going to use my tongs to actually take out what I need every time I need it. So, my friends always say this dip is like having duck pate, and especially made with my beautiful coriander pesto, it all marries together beautifully. It's amazing. This is out of my new cookbook. It's a beautiful love story of plant-based food for you at home, for the plant eater, the future plant eater, and all the in-betweens. This is food that serves your ultimate health, but also your taste buds just explode, and that's the whole thing, right? Because we don't want to go without. So this bean dip is so simple and so delicious, and can last in the fridge for up to a week. It's amazing. So this is what you're going to need. You're going to need some white beans and some red beans, spring onions and some parsley, garlic, onion, miso paste. I'm using Shiro miso paste today, and some Dijon mustard. This is so simple and so delicious. And when you're having people over and you're having a bit of a bevy on the veranda, it's like we like to say it in Australia, actually, a bevy, Barbie and the Barbie. This dip is so great with corn chips. It's amazing. So, hot pan, a little bit of oil. Onion and garlic. You do want to cook this down. You don't want to brown it or anything, but you want to cook it down. And what we mean by that is sweating it so it all relaxes, in chef's terms, so it does its thing and it pulls out this delicious sweet flavour. So salt and pepper, which are the building blocks of flavour, which is just going to enhance the onion and its sweetness. It's so amazing. In goes the beans. Then the miso paste. I'm going to cook this for about 3 minutes. Nothing's sticking, nothing's browning. So medium to high heat. 3 minutes is up. You can add some parsley, some of those spring onions. Stir it through. And then lastly, you can add your Dijon mustard and you're going to turn off the heat. Stir that through. Okay, straight over to here. How easy is this? It's so great when you're getting visitors and you don't know what to do. And they're coming over and you're like, oh my God, I've got corn chips, but I've got no dip. This is the answer. Straight into the food processor. About, I don't know, 8 seconds. This is when you have a taste. Have a look at this. Delicious, creamy dip. It's mind-blowing. Now you need to taste to see where you're at. Use a spoon. My fingers can handle it. Yum. Okay, can you get me a container? Yeah, a glass one. I made this last Friday, right, guys? And half of it's still in the fridge, and that was, yep, that's perfect. Ah, smaller, that one. Yep. And what's beautiful, thank you, what's beautiful about this is it lasts. So we're on Monday afternoon, aren't we? So we're at Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it's still going. It's so good. And what's really great about this, check this out. It's still hot, it's okay, don't panic. Go straight into a glass jar. And what I love to do is seal it with a bit of oil. I know, right? Just you don't have to, but I do. I love it. Have a look at this. Just a splash of oil. And I'm just going to roll that oil around so it coats it. Then I'm going to use the rest of those spring onions on there. Just a little bit more oil. And I'm going to set it aside till it's completely cooled down. And once it's completely cooled down, I'm going to put the lid on and put it in the fridge, or we're going to eat it with corn chips, which is most likely. So this is a part of this amazing cookbook in the dips and isms section. And isms mean anything in particular and nothing in general. We've got some sambal mata, we've got these amazing recipes throughout this book, and this is one of them. And this is so versatile. You can put it on a wrap, as a paste, as a dip. You could just have it on the table. You could put it in your Buddha bowl. You could use it for any occasion. It's amazing on toast. You know, it can be put with burgers as a paste. It's so delicious and so nutritious and so easy. Yum.
Ooh, yummy.
So good.
So good.